At the end of each year, I like to review my calendar and planner book. The annual calendar was developed across many ancient civilizations as people learned to observe time through the cycle of sun and moon. The calendar is a human response to time, created collectively to live in harmony with the nature, society, and spiritual life. I appreciate this tool, which gives me some sense of structure. The blank section for each day empowers me to choose what I want to do. A calendar makes time visible. Each day reminds us that time is not just passing, it is being lived. This calendar shows the traces of my living for the past year. As a tool for appointments, reminders, and daily planning, I enjoy using this analog style. My calendar has been a companion for my journey through time, quietly structuring my days, efforts, and memories. It invites reflection. As we look back on a week or a month, we can ask ourselves, not with self-judgment, but with wisdom, how did I use my time? When did I act with clarity and compassion? American philosopher and educator John Dewey said, "We do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience." I really appreciate this quote. Simply going through event after event is not enough to create wisdom or growth. Learning happens when we pause, look back, and thoughtfully examine our actions, intentions, emotions, and their outcomes. As I flip through each month of my calendar, I see a panorama. Each month holds different colors and voices, depending on what has happened in temple life. This calendar reflects my choice of activities. It contains stories and memories. Since coming to North Carolina, it has been my delight to fill 20 calendar books. Each one gives me a sense of achievement and gratitude for living fully. This year's calendar has been my companion for 365 days. So I would like to offer it a bow. When I bow to my calendar, I bow to all the people in it, visitors to our temple near and far, people from the places I have traveled, those I have met in one-on-one sessions, Dharma brothers and sisters in our practice gatherings, and so many more. I bow to all the appointments and sessions that were created with a mutual interest and aspirations for our spiritual growth. I bow to the commitments I initiated for self-development and discipline, such as voice lessons, exercise classes, and writing workshops. I'm a pretty busy bee. When I look at my calendar, I'm also aware of daily and weekly routines that were not recorded with a pen, but with my mind. Morning meditations, Tuesday evening meditations, Thursday Dharma studies, and weekend services. These abide in my mental calendar like daily meal times. You don't pencil in for your meal time in your calendar. Each day on the calendar is not merely a square to be filled, but a field of practice. When we wake up and see the date, we are gently reminded, this day will not return. This awareness invites us to live more consciously, to speak more kindly, to act more carefully, and to fulfill our intentions with sincerity. Each day on the calendar is not merely a square to be filled, but a field of karmic cultivation. I have the power to choose or not to choose. Through interaction with fellow beings, we have understanding for one another and sow seeds of support and healing. For example, at a tea and conversation session, we can talk about anything. The time we share becomes the seed for our next step, for many possibilities. Serving the community, spiritual growth, or just friendship. Every interaction, every meeting is an opportunity to create karmic affinity. In our practice, our calendars nurture commitment. Meditation, Dharma study, and volunteering do not happen only when we feel inspired. Let's say you have volunteered, and now it's in your calendar. You're probably going to show up, even if you don't feel like it. Wouldn't you? There are days I feel lazy, but the calendar keeps me moving forward. Marking retreat days, Dharma services, or personal vows on the calendar is a way of saying, this matters. I will show up. In this way, the calendar becomes a quiet teacher of commitment. The calendar also helps us understand impermanence. Pages turn, months pass, seasons change. Just as the year moves from winter to spring and summer to fall, our own lives move through cycles of effort, growth, rest, and renewal. When we align ourselves with these rhythms, we learn to flow with the changing conditions. At this time of the year, we are reminded that while time moves forward, practice happens only now. Do we appreciate that today, the last Sunday of 2025, is fleeting? Today will be yesterday, tomorrow. Today is the only day we can breathe, bow, forgive, and awaken. When we meet each day with mindfulness, the entire year becomes living Dharma. One day, one step, one moment at a time. As we appreciate the benefits of the calendar and planner, we should also notice how easily our daily living can become conditioned by the time frames we humans create. Without awareness and inquiry, routine life can turn into mere habitual repetition, like a hamster running on a wheel. In our need to track days and appointments, we use calendars. Yet, at times, we may pause and ask, am I using the calendar, or is the calendar controlling me? Do we move from one thing to the next simply because we are conditioned to move and to be productive. One of our temple friends once said, "Why hurry just to get to the next task?" Task after task, we become conditioned to live under the concepts of a passing time. For example, when an alarm goes off, we often jump up right away, even in the middle of a good conversation. Without noticing, we let the schedule decide our next step, following the clock without checking in with ourselves. Can we find a middle way, using the calendar as a helpful tool without being trapped by schedules? When we do, we honor the past with gratitude and step into the future with an open mind and heart. With this, I bow to the impermanence of time. I bow to honor all your 2025 year calendars and to all our new calendars of 2026. I foresee that each day of our 2026 calendars will be filled with a vibrant energy, unfolding joyful stories and mindful living. May each of us step into the new year with a steadiness, warmth, and the courage to live fully in every moment. May we use the calendar not just to count our days, but to make our days count, walking the path with awakened heart.